Okay, welcome back, race fans. It's Shane Guilford here, your host for tonight's V8 League racing. We're finally back after a break from COVID, and Racecentre's glad to present the Racecentre V8 League Round 5 at Sydney Olympic Park. The boys are a bit rusty, but they're keen to get out there. We're currently in a qualify session. We've got 3 races tonight. It's a bit of a late start, but we'll get through them as quick as we can. So just tonight's round 5 of 8. We've got 10 lap, 13 lap, and we're going to shorten the last lap to fit in before 10 o'clock finish local time. The schedule's been reduced thanks to COVID. We've just come back, so the rest of the season looks like this. Tonight's Sydney Olympic Park, Sydney Motorsport Park I should say. We've got Pukekohe in 2 weeks time, and then 2 weeks after that's Mount Panorama just before the main race, and we're going to keep the final race at Surfers Paradise on the 1st of December. So I hope you can join us for that. Alright, let's get to the track now with all the info for you. Got 12 drivers joining us tonight. There's a few that couldn't make it due to commitments and other reasons. So on pole at the moment, Daniel Opedisano. He's back in the pits for CSR Racing. Harrison Tebbs jumped in the second. Just dropped to third, sorry, but in second's Chris McClellan. So we've got Harrison Tebb in the Kostecki Madstone racing car. Chris McLennan's back in the Monster Energy car, and he's currently in P2. Thomas Foster, who's nailing the other leagues, Aussie Sim Wars and Down Under Series. Him and Daniel Opedisano from CSR Racing are definitely proving a force in those leagues as well, so keep an eye on them tonight. Daniel Opedisano is actually our defending champion from 2020 season, and he's showing form already on P1. Peter Foster, it's been a bit of a break, but looks like he's improved. He's currently in P5 at the moment, just retired to the pits. Father of Thomas Foster in P4 at the moment. Scott Stancliffe in the 97 Shaman Gisbergen car. He's racing with us from New Zealand. So this is his first night with us, so we welcome him. Got 5 minutes to go in the qualifier session. And we've got Jake Elder racing with us from inside our Racecentre store here in Entertainment Park. I'll just bring up, we've actually got driver cam on Jake at the moment. That's Jake in store. With the restrictions, we've got to wear the face mask, which is a bit restricting, but the boys don't have a problem with it, so that's all good. Just going to work on bringing up the track map at the moment so we can see who's on a flyer. You can see Opedisano is still on a killer time. Demetrius Iliopoulos is also racing with us from inside the store here at Entertainment Park at Bankstown. Just a quick fix, please bear with me. Looks like we've lost our live track for tonight, sorry about that. Okay, we can forget about that as we're watching Jake Elder currently in P8. Unfamiliar territory for him. Daniel Cicluna is joining us back in the Super Cheap Auto car. He's raced with us a couple of years ago and he's back with us again tonight, missing the racing at the moment. We've got Bryce Royal in the Shell Helix 17 car, currently in P12 at the moment with a 129.826. See him just getting taily there out of the hairpin under the telegraph poles. Okay, what else is new with the info here? Oh, James Delaney. He's just posted this. Oh, very close to Daniel Opedisano, but enough to take pole with 2 minutes to go. James Delaney, definitely an accomplished driver in the sim racing world. He's showing his heels at the moment in the 88 car. He's just on a rest one. We'll go to Thomas Foster, who's also has just come on pole in the second of the CSR cars. He's racing with us from Queensland, so he said it's quite hot, 30 degrees in-house, so that's why he's wearing the clean skin. True to the name Clean Skin Racing, that's what CSR stands for. So he's definitely showing us a bit of clean skin at the moment. Keep it PG, I hope. Okay, we got anyone else on track at the moment? There's a few. You can see Jake Elder's trying to improve his times at the moment, just struggling with the new car. We've had to go back to the 2020 cars for tonight. There was a technical glitch with the 21 cars, or at least the server hosting them, so we'll have to sort that out for next round. Although these cars seem to be driving a lot better, the drivers are definitely enjoying these ones a lot more, so we may stick with this to the end of the year. So it's Thomas Foster on pole with a 124.683. Not too far behind him is James Delaney and Daniel Opedisano, all from the CSR team. Got Scott Flack in as well. We haven't seen him yet. I haven't shone a lot on him, but he's currently in the pits at the moment. Daniel Cicluna's back out on track. Harrison Tebb's improved a lot. He's probably had a lot of time during COVID to practice at home and rejoin us. The guys that race from within Racecentre here haven't had the opportunity to race through the off period, as we haven't been open. We've only just opened 1 week ago today, so they've come in tonight for some early practice. So it looks like Jake Elder will be starting from P10 in the David Reynolds Holden it is. Okay, we've got Demetrius Iliopoulos just on pit exit, as he knows it's a checkered flag and he won't get another time posted in there. So we've still got Demetrius out on track, Jake and James Delaney, all stopped. Okay, so it looks like the end of quali. Just bring up the results now. Okay, so it's James Delaney with a 124.218 taking pole position from Thomas Foster in the CSR cars, and Daniel Opedisano right behind him. Not much between those guys. Okay, So we're just in a warm-up session. Just make sure everyone's ready to go, and we'll get away under racing with 10 lap race. Okay, so we'll just jump to a quick commercial and we'll be back.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Okay, welcome back. We're just about gridding up now. Guys, I've got a couple of seconds to set up the car before they grid up for this first race of 10 laps. Just got a quick formation lap now. Do that, we'll just have a look at the grid. On the front row, James Delaney and Thomas Foster, 1-2. Just ignore that paint job for Thomas Foster and Daniel Opadesano. Chris McLean next to him. Harrison Tev on the third row, next to him Scott Flack. Daniel Cicluna and Jake Elder on the fourth row. We've got Peter Foster, Dimitris Iliopoulos, Bryce Roll and Scott Stanscliffe. Rounding out our top 12. Watching James Delaney just bringing us round, sitting on pole. Thomas Foster in the CSR car. Behind him, Daniel Opposano in the second of the CSR car, Clean Skin Racing. That's Chris McClellan. Harrison Tebb, Scott Black, Daniel Cicluna, Jake Elder, Peter Foster, Dimitris Kiliopoulos, and Bryce Royal late to the grid. Alright. Alright, the boys are just waiting for the green light. Okay, here are the lights. James Delaney getting a cracking start off the line there, just ahead of Thomas Foster. See how they go around in the first turn. We can see Daniel Opposano trying to get up the inside, but Chris McClellan's making a deep dive under Daniel Opposano there. Opposano just trying to squeeze him out, but Chris is too seasoned for that. Harrison Tebb getting up the inside now. We see Chris trying to hold tight there, but Harrison's got the line. They're starting to stretch out now. Oh, Chris McClellan just getting squirrely under brakes there. Got Daniel Cicluna up in P6 at the moment. Behind him, Peter Foster. That's Demetrius. Oh, that's Bryce Royal up in 8th already. Good job from him. Oh no, that's Scott Black at the moment. We'll go back up the front now. James Delaney taking us round lap 1 of 10. Coming down the main straight, it looks like it's spaced out at the moment. No real close battles. James takes it nice and tight into turn 2, making sure he doesn't get Foster coming in with the late brake. I can hear someone going in the background. It's Peter Foster in the Peter Brock livery. That's Dimitris Kiliopoulos. Go to Thomas Foster trying to track down James Delaney in P1 at the moment. Foster currently sitting in P2. It's a short race. It's only 10 laps, so the guys probably won't need to pit on this race. But let's see if they start pitting for the second race. Starting to pull away now, Delaney and Foster from the rest of the crew. Opposano a further sub 2 seconds behind him. Harrison Tebb doing a stellar job up front. Currently in P4 at the moment, trying to hold firm in front of Chris McClellan. And that's Daniel Cicluna coming up behind him. So this is the closest battle at the moment as we go into turn 1. Cicluna's 4 seconds back, but that's not right. You can see him right behind him. You're watching Chris McLean in P5 at the moment. Cicluna close behind him. That's why it's showing that. We want gap to next. So now we can see the gaps coming down the main straight for the fourth time. Chris McClellan in P4. We've got James Delaney still up front, but Thomas Foster starting to get close now. Foster's just playing it coy, looking after his tyres while James is out front. Thomas is probably burning up a bit, trying to get on the back, and here comes Opedisano. So this is a great battle still. As saw just Bryce Rolls just had to serve a penalty for missing the grid. Looks like he's got to go straight through again. Which he's doing now. He's serving his drive through, so he doesn't have to stop in pit lane. He just comes in and goes straight back out, and there goes his penalty. So he's served his penalties, now rejoining. So we've got Thomas Foster in P2 still chasing down James Delaney, Opedisano right behind them. So towards the end of the race this is going to get tricky when, won't say tricky, going to get very good for you guys at home watching, as this is going to get really tight. Foster just playing it cool, waiting for the right moment. It's only halfway through the race, 5 out of 10. Top three right next to each other. It's going to be a great battle. It's the closest battle on screen at the moment. Foster's going to try and get up the inside up here as Delaney gets wide. There he goes. Oh, he's run wide too on turn 2. We've got Opedisano moved up on... now we've got Opedisano, Delaney dropping back down into P3 at the moment. That's the front nose of Delaney just chasing down Opedisano. Oh, getting up nice and tight there. We've got Peter Foster and Dimitrios down the back too. They're battling out. This is position 5 for P9 at the moment. We're on board with Foster. Chasing down Iliopoulos in front. He drops it a couple of gears just to get around the corner. He's got to put Dimitrios under pressure. See if he can make a mistake. It looks like Dimitrios is holding firm, covering the inside line so Peter doesn't dive up it. He's got to try something else as they go round. You can see him trying all sorts of angles to get past as they go down the main straight. If he tucks in tight here, he should be able to get in the draft. You watch him come out on the inside under brakes. Looks like he's cut in and he's taking the position, so Foster moves up into P9, brings Dimitrios back to P10 at the moment. Well, we can see Delaney just trying to get up the inside of Opedasano, getting a good run. Delaney just getting on the concrete there, trying to get on the power early, but he's run wide, cost him a bit of time there. We're going on the inside of turn 1 now. See if Delaney tries to get up on the inside under brakes. Definitely closing in. Oh. Foster's pulled out over a second now in front of Opedasano. But we've got Tevin McClellan back behind these two. Tev's been out in P4 all night. It'd be a shame for him to lose it, but Chris McClellan's definitely trying to push. Scott Flack dropping off. He's down in the P11 at the moment. We haven't seen much of him tonight. He's usually up the front. We'll see what's going on with him at the moment. We'll come back to this battle here. I just saw in the foreground Delaney trying close on Opedasano. You see the huge crowd there at Eastern Creek, and we've got Foster out in front on lap 8 with Opedasano behind him, and this is we're on board with James Delaney in P3 at the moment. Getting up nice and close. Tevin McClellan really close as well. Just quickly go back and see what's happened to Scott Flack. Scott Bryce Royal, or is that that's Iliopoulos. He's just taken P10 from, so Iliopoulos just falling back a little as Flack moves up into P10. Alright, so Cicluna is out there by himself. He's comfortably in P6 at the moment. Stancliffe from New Zealand's got Jake Elder closing up behind him. You can see Jake Elder in the driver cam focus there, chasing down Scott Stancliffe. You can see Scott in the picture of Jake. Oh, commentator's curse. I should stop that, shouldn't I? But that's Scott just buckling under pressure with Jake, and so Jake moves up in the P7 at the moment. Go back to the main action here. So we'll go back up front because it's heating up now. We're on the last lap. We've got Delaney up in a P2. And that's Foster out in front. James definitely coming back under the last couple of laps since he lost the first position going wide into turn 1. Hasn't been able to catch back up to Thomas, but he's done a great job to get past Daniel at the moment and really keep Thomas honest up the front here. We've got half a lap to go. Just has to hold out till then. can see Thomas is quite cool under pressure. He's a seasoned campaigner in the V8s. Quite successful in the Down Under Series and the Aussie Sim War Series. Looks like Thomas is going to hold firm down the main straight. So it's Thomas Foster going to cross the line, P1. Close behind him, James Delaney. And that's Obadasane taking third. Harrison Tebb holding out for fourth. McClellan, this is Cicluna. Jake Elder finishing in P7. Scott Fleck should be coming around. He's probably run into trouble early on in the race, so I'm not too sure what's happened with him. He's got Demetrius right up behind him as well. And it's these three. Oh, something's wrong with Scott's car, I'd say. Demetrius almost taking the position back, but you can see them too. That's Peter Foster crossing the line. Scott Stancliffe, after that unfortunate spin with Jake Elders, lost P7 and finished in P11. And Bryce Roll bringing out the top 12. Okay, so there you have it. It's session results for race 1, 10 laps. It was Thomas Foster taking it away from James Delaney. Then it was Daniel Opedasano in P3, Harrison Tebb taking out a great P4. Daniel Cicluna nice and steady in P5. Ahead of him was Chris McClellan in P5. Jake Elder finishing in P7. Scott Flack in P8. Demetrios Iliopoulos in P9. Peter Foster in P10. That leaves us with Scott Stancliffe and Bryce Roll in 11 and 12. Okay, so we're going to reset the racing, go to commercial breaks, and we'll be back with you after their breaks. Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar Watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. Thieves.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
thanks to our sponsors, Julie and James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Jewellery on James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James. Okay, please excuse the poor quality. I got display issues with R-Factor 2, so for this race we're going to have to watch it like this. So I'll just quickly bring up the grid. This one's 13 laps and it's reverse grid, so I've got Bryce Royal, Dimitrios Iliopoulos on the front row, Scott Stancliffe 3, Thomas Foster 4, Jake Elder in 5, Daniel Cicluna 6, Scott Flack starting for P7, next to him Harrison Tebb. We've got Chris McLean in P9, Daniel Apatosario 10, Thomas Foster 11, and James Delaney pole sitter on 12. So this reverse grid, this is where most of the action happens. So let's hope for the best. Looks like Bryce has failed to join the grid in time again, so he's got a drive-through penalty, even though he'll be starting from pole. The boys have 30 seconds to set the car up and join the race. Okay, race 2, 13 laps. They're underway. Bryce Royal not getting the best start. Next to him, Demetrios getting a flyer. This is all setting off a knock-on effect, and that's Harrison Tebb going off in turn 1. The rest have made it through pretty cleanly. We've got Jake Elder flying up the front there. He's taken P3, but he's got 2 on the inside of him. It's not going to go too well for them. It's Chris McLennan again getting squeezed out over turn 3, but he's tucking in for turn 5. He's got, that's Bryce Royal on his inside, taking out Scott Flack. There's the 3 boys down the back there. Not having the best of night, Bryce Royal and Scott Flack there, back down the back again. We'll go up the front, Dimitrios Iliopoulos and Peter Foster in P2, with Daniel Apatosario just about to take that position from him. We've got Jake Elder behind him, P4 at the moment. Peter Foster's definitely been improving over the months racing with us, so hopefully he stays up the front half of this race. Peter Foster taking the line, Jake Elder. Stancliffe up into P5, racing with us from New Zealand. And we've got Thomas Foster up the back there. Cicluna just going off in turn 1. Trying to get back on the grass. He'll have slippery tyres now. Get a bit tricky going around turn 2. Go back up the front, the 2 Red Bulls. That's Scott Stancliffe holding off James Delaney, one of the faster guys out on track at the moment. We've got Iliopoulos just dropping back in a P2, but he's still in the mix. Got Peter Foster, who we saw them 2 battling at the start of the race, last race. They find themselves at the front battling for P2 at the moment. Foster just dropping off a little bit there. And we've got Jake Elder trying to come up the inside. Oh, but he's been squeezed out. He's got Thomas Foster and who else is there? He's shut the door on Delaney, but he'll be stuck in the middle there. Someone's just run wide. That's Jake Elder and Peter Foster at the moment. The other guys know to keep it tight there, get a better run. And that's Thomas Foster in P3 with his father, Peter Foster, right behind him. Oh, great battle down the back. Watch the 2 Red Bulls here squeezing 8 Jake Elder in the Penrite. And here comes Chris McLennan up the inside. Jake might try the inside, but Scott's come across to plug the hole and protect his position as they all get through. Great battle up here, mid-pack. This is great racing from all the boys. Nothing wrong with rubbing panels. These guys are doing it quite safely, as we can see. James Delaney trying to get up the inside of Peter Foster. Looks like the whole field's compressed from P2 all the way back to P10 at the moment. We can see how busy it is on track. Who's that? That's Dimitrios losing the spot, and that's a banner getting caught up on behind. That looks like James Delaney. It is. They're all going wide there. Here we are going down the main straight. Scott Stancliffe in P3. Jake Elder trying to get up the inside. Just showing Jake Elder in P4 right behind Scott Stancliffe, who we're watching on screen now. Great shot as you see the cars roaring past. We're on lap 4 of 13. Peter Foster's doing a great job holding out one of the faster guys tonight, James Delaney. Oh, he's just outbroke himself and got a little bit of a love tap from James Delaney. He should really yield and give that spot back as we see Cicluna just running wide there. Back on the grass. Looks like Peter Foster's dropped back. Unfortunately, he just got himself sideways and it was it's getting really busy mid-pack still. We're on board with following Chris McLennan. You can see Delaney in P2, Foster, McLennan, Jake Elder in the Penrite car. What a charge down the main straight. This is huge. Just see if we can go to chopper cam and then try and see the whole field. You can see the whole field just trailing James Delaney in P2 at the moment. Oh, I heard a crash there. Someone's gone off. As Obatasano's 5 seconds out in front, 6 seconds out in front now. But this is where the action's at. Okay, so it's James Delaney. Scott Stancliffe doing a great job in his maiden race with us. Scott Stancliffe P3, Thomas Foster P4, Jake Elder P5. Dimitrios Iliopoulos in P6, great job from him. As we see, he's got Harrison Tabb right behind him. Unfortunately, he ran wide. Now we've got Cicluna, McLennan, Scott Flack trying to make his way back up through the field. He's got a bit of catching to do as he's 2 seconds behind McLennan, who's quite a fast driver. Well, we've got McLennan trying to squeeze up the inside of Cicluna, who's just run wide again, struggling with the brakes, I think. Give him back a position. So if we go back, we see Cicluna just trying to get back on the track. He rejoins in P10 at the moment, where he's got Foster and Royal to keep him company. Back up into P2. Just heard Jake Elder making a mistake, losing a few positions there. He's back into P10 at the moment. Go back up with Scott Stancliffe from New Zealand. He's got Thomas Foster right behind him. Great aerial shot of these two. So we're coming on to the last turn onto the main straight. Really important to get on the gas right to get the best run down the main straight. Go down pit straight, it's P3 and P4 right beside each other. Foster's probably going to want to get up the inside, but Scott might hold that line, make Thomas work on the outside if he's going to protect that position. Oh, he's almost cut the grass there. He has locked up the gears trying to get under brakes, get it pulled up in time for turn 2, but he's let Foster through in the meantime as he takes back P2 at the moment. Alright, I think it's time to go through the field. So we've got Stancliffe back into P4 now. That brings Harrison Tebb, who's got past Dimitrios in for P5. And Dimitrios is now holding off Chris McLennan in P6. And McLennan in P7 at the moment. This could be the next overtake on track. So we've got Scott Flack closing in behind these guys. Scott Flack going through in the mellow yellow, and that's Cicluna after a couple of mistakes, overshooting turn 1 and turn 2. Just lost a few positions. In the background we've got Jake Elder, Peter Foster, then Bryce Royal back in P12. Looks like Delaney's pulling out in P2, but he's closing in on Opedisano. The gap now only 4.5 seconds. He's going quite hot into turn 2, but he's managed to pull it up and make it look easy. As the front starters split up now, we've got Tebb in P5 holding off Dimitrios Heliopoulos and Chris McLennan right behind him. So this is a great battle going on for P5 at the moment. Dimitrios doing a great job to be up in the mix. So is Harrison. He's a good driver, but he hasn't had good results lately. So this is definitely a good night for him. He obviously loves Sydney Motorsport Park, or Eastern Creek as a lot like to refer it to as. See Dimitrios just getting loose there on the inside. This could let Chris on a run outside under brakes. Oh, has he got the job done? There he goes. Chris moving up into P6 at the moment. Great job from him. See Scott closing in, only a gap, only just over a second now with 5 laps remaining. We're back up the front. This is Daniel Opedisano taking charge of the race with 4 seconds left, but that lead's definitely reducing each lap. We've got 4 laps to go, and he's just taken a second off. Delaney's taken a second off Opedisano, so we could see it come down the wire on the last lap, so keep an eye on that. That's Delaney in P2 at the moment, coming around turn 4 I should say. And that's Thomas Foster in the second CSR car for Clean Skin Racing. And a few seconds back here we've got Scott Stancliffe doing a great job in P4, holding firm there. Looks like he's comfortable there. Harrison Tebb's 4 seconds behind him. Now stretching away from Chris McLennan. Gap there's 1.4. Oh, Scott Flack just squeezing up under Dimitrios there. So that's Dimitrios falling back into P8 at the moment. And Cicluna again's by himself. Oh, just a little... Oh, not too sure what happened there. I got the end of that. I was looking at the timing sheets. Scott Flack just unable to hold that spin. That slide, I should say. And here comes Peter Foster wanting to take that position with the momentum that he's got. Scott's going to take a bit to get back in the rhythm as he's in P10, possibly about to lose to P11 of Peter Foster. Got Bryce Royal down the back there. So it's Opedisano back up the front gap down to 3.9, which is actually holding for this lap, which is good. He needs to do that if he's going to take it to the end. The tyres are probably burning up by now. I know with Demetrius is struggling on tyres. He's got no tread left on his front right, so he's burning them up pretty already, so he's got to nurse them for the next 3 laps. Might actually lose a couple more spots as he's up in a P7 at the moment. So we're watching Obatasano. Gap still 3.9 seconds, so that's quite good. We've got Delaney and there's Foster in the background, all down the main straight. Scott Stancliffe coming down the main straight now, just on pit entry there. Harrison Tabb, here comes Chris McLennan. Gap now only half a second, so we've got he's got 2 laps to get the job done and take P5 from Harrison Tabb here. Chris is driving with us from Melbourne, and Harrison Tabb is one of our locals in Sydney. If you ever want to join us, you can do. You can come at Entertainment Park in Bankstown. We've got 8 full motion simulators that you can race with us on site here. We can see Jake Elder's actually driving one of our full motion sims. 3 triple 43-inch screens. You can be part of the action as well. Just hit us up on the socials and say, how can I join? Our next race will be in 2 weeks for the V8s at Pukekohe. Okay, I'm trying to look for some gaps, some close gaps, and that's Harrison going wide on the final turn. Chris McLennan cutting in deep, and this is how close he's got just in that one turn. So take that. I'm going to go back to Elder and I was going to go back to Elder and Flack, but that gap's stretched out now to 1.5 seconds. It was half a second there, maybe a little mistake. The tyres have gone off. I know Bryce Royals come in for his set of tyres, but it's Obatasano still with just over a 3-second gap, enough to take the checkered flag if he holds it out. Doesn't look like he's going to be threatened by James Delaney in P2 at the moment, who's 3 seconds behind. Further 5 seconds behind is Thomas Foster. Scott Stancliffe still in P4 at the moment in the Van Gisbergen Holden Red Bull for 888 Racing. And then we've got Harrison Tabb. Looks like McLennan's got the job done. So he takes P5 from Harrison Tabb. Daniel Cicluna comfortable in his position, P7 at the moment. Demetrios nursing his tyres and he's fallen back through the field. So he's about to, looks like Jake's going to get a good run on him down the main straight. He manages to hold down the straight, but can he keep it on the track in turn 1, because he's lost all tread on the front right, but that's Jake getting up the inside. Looks like he's got better tread, better braking as he gets the job done in a turn 2. Peter Foster right behind these guys, so Peter Foster's probably the next one to knock on Demetrius's door and say, hey, let me go, but he's only got last lap to go. And after Peter Foster it was Scott Flack and Bryce Royal. Back up the front on the last lap now, it's Daniel Obatasano with a 1.8 second gap He's doing enough to take the checker at the moment, and we're down the main straight. There he goes. That's Daniel, happy with that job. And that's Scott Stancliffe, James Delaney in P2. That's Thomas Foster in P3. Here comes Scott Stancliffe now. Chris McLennan closing the gap on Scott just in that last sector. So the guy's really struggling on the tyres. And that's Harrison Tebb coming home in P6. Got Cicluna in P7. Jake Elder coming home. Actually, Cicluna coming home in P8. Very close with Demetrius and Bryce Royal, but I think Royal's a lap behind. And that's Peter Foster taking P10 and Scott Flack taking the line. Okay, so that finishes lap race 2. Okay, just going to discuss with the boys if we go to a third race or not. So we'll go to some commercials and we'll be right back. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching. Date, calendar and 100 metres water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Jewellery on James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we've ran over time and we're unable to start the third race. So do thank you for joining us tonight, and hopefully we get the bugs sorted post-COVID for the next leg. So I hope we can join us. I'll just bring up the schedule to know when the next race is on. So the next race will be at Pukekohe in 2 weeks' time. And hopefully you can join us for that. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.